Today on Karamo, these two young women are about to see their father for the first time in 8 years.
My heart was broke because you didn't want to talk to me no more. So
I never wanted to leave your side.
He put some of the blame on their mother.
They want you. They need you.
You packing up kids and leaving.
Don't go away because an incident in the past
No shoes on, nose running.
And she finna go to jail for kidnapping.
is about to lead to a shocking turn of events in the present.
We ain't never had no maternity tests for these two either.
Baby, you can get one. You can get one.
And then 2 DNA test outcomes will be unlocked.
We want to know what's going on.
It's a simple thing.
They've dealt with years of drama because he wasn't there for his 2 daughters.
Well, listen, I think it's time that we get to the DNA truth of the matter.
But are they actually his daughters?
Well, let's get to it.
Don't miss these 2 DNA outcomes unlocked.
Ji'Nae and Jalayla say they haven't seen their father in 8 years. And Hayward claims it's all their mother's fault. So everyone, please welcome Ji'Nae and her sister Jalayla to the show so we can hear their side of this story. How are you doing?
Good.
Can I give you a hug? Yes. Nice to meet you.
Oh my gosh.
And you're pregnant right now?
Yeah.
Congratulations! How beautiful. Oh my God, nice to meet you. Take a seat. Love you too. Thank you for being here, for trusting me with your story.
No problem.
So, to know that you haven't seen your father in 8 years, why do you all think that is?
Well, he's been in and out of jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
All our lives.
I feel like he's stuck in one spot and he just...
Don't want to move on.
Don't wanna move on.
past, yeah.
I think for context, it's important. When we're talking about he's been missing for 8 years, you're 18 and 19. Who's 18 and
No,
who's 19?
I'm
19,
20.
Oh,
We
you're
just
20.
had
Oh, you
birthdays.
just had birthdays. Okay,
Yeah.
so 19 and 20. So we're talking about their entire childhood, basically, that you're saying that's when he's been missing. So do you think that you being pregnant is the reason, has something to do with your dad trying to come back in your life now?
I honestly feel like yes, because before when we would try to have conversations when I was trying to still have a relationship with him, it was like we would have arguments and he would just go ghost. Like if he disagreed with it, it was like I was talking to somebody my age and not like my dad, a grown man, you know what I'm saying?
Got it.
So he would just go ghost and I would feel hurt. Like it was just like heartbreaking that he didn't want to talk to me anymore, and this happened like multiple times. But once I told him I was pregnant, he just kept on going. Like he still wanted to talk, and I just wasn't like feeling it. I didn't want to talk, so I asked him. I said, "Are you doing this because I'm pregnant?" He said, "Yes, that's one of the main reasons." And then he said, "It's because of you." So that just made me just like, nah.
Got it. And Jalayla used to be daddy's girl, right?
Yeah.
We both
Yeah,
were.
we both
Both
of
of
us.
He
y'all.
was around when we were younger. My mom
Yeah.
would take us back and forth to see him, you know. We would see him all the time, but
Up until
2016,
2016.
Father's Day, that was the last time we saw
That was the
him.
last time.
Yeah.
So before then, the responsibility was on your mother to go back and forth.
Yes.
Okay, then.
It was all her. It was never him coming to see us. It was
Yeah.
her driving back and forth from Florida to Georgia to bring us to see our dad.
Got it. When your dad blames your mom, what does that make you feel? How does that make you feel?
It kind of made me look at my mom like,
Oh, certain way for a
what
long.
really happened? Because all we hear is my mom's side. My mom always tell us, your dad this and this. This what happened. This is why this is happening and all that stuff. And we kind of look at her like, what's my dad's side of the story? But now we're hearing it now, but it don't add up to what my mom is saying. So it's
Got
like,
it. I know you mentioned before that he makes this a lot about your mom. What does he
Yes.
exactly say?
He would just say, "Oh, she took y'all from me."
y'all always moving.
Yeah, because we moved around a lot, but it was like my mom, like, and she'll tell you, like, she opened her doors to him multiple times.
And then it would be like, oh, I want to be with your mom. And if I'm not with your mom, then...
Oh.
But he didn't tell us that, though.
Yeah,
He
but
didn't
that's
tell
what
us
you're
that.
hearing.
But from my mom, yeah.
That is
She's
like-
like, oh, he's trying to be with me. And we're just like, what? Because, you know,
What
we
about
want to
us?
have a relationship. What's
You
going
lost
on?
that a long time ago
Yeah.
when you messed up with my mom. She don't want you no more.
Yeah,
but
she don't.
We
you
do.
don't- Right.
Right.
You don't need the relationship with my mom. You need it with us.
I mean, what has he missed out in your lives?
Everything.
I just graduated
Congratulations.
in May. Yeah.
Yeah. I graduated last year, the year before.
Congratulations as
I
well.
start cosmetology school on the 22nd. He doesn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Got it.
He missed a lot. Birthdays, you know.
He always tell us happy birthday.
Yeah, he'll
but-
tell us and post on Facebook. That's what he loved to do, post on Facebook.
And
But
I got his notifications on Facebook.
yeah,
And
to see
you're
when he
always
posts.
posting on Facebook, but you can't send
hey, what's up with
A
y'all?
text message.
So he won't text. It's always through social media, but he won't just directly text you. Will he
feels
call
like,
you?
He'd be like, oh, I need y'all. I need y'all to be there for me.
Like deflecting.
I didn't have
crazy.
you. You had me.
Yeah. It's like when we try to talk to him, it's like Dad, like I'm feeling this way. This is how I feel, and this is what you're doing to me. Oh, I feel the same way. Like, I don't want to hear that. That's not what I want to hear from you. I don't need you to tell me how you're feeling. I want you to listen to what's going on with me.
Got it. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you want him involved in your child's life?
Yes.
You do?
That's why I was really pushing to like October and November. I was really pushing because, yeah, I'm pregnant and it's a boy.
Yeah.
We have girls in our family everywhere, so it's a boy. So I'm just like, I want you here for his life. You're his granddad.
I mean, what is really beautiful about this and shows your character is that even through you feeling as if your father wasn't there, you two are still doing the work to try to have a connection with him.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be like that. Well, she's not.
Yeah.
She's not.
Well, you still showed up.
Yeah,
It's the
I'm
broken
just tired
record.
of the same
Broken
thing
promises.
over and over. I want to move forward.
There's been like certain dates where he's supposed to come, and we're hoping that he's gonna come.
Waiting for him
For
to
my
come.
graduation, I'm thinking he's coming. I'm thinking I'm gonna see him, and I didn't see him. Like
Got
it's
it.
just heartbreaking.
And does he ever reach out at all outside of Facebook, outside of the social
I
media?
mean, like when he wants to. Like I feel like he has his own stuff going on and stuff like that with whatever's going on. So it's like he'll sometimes speak,
Got
but
it.
majority of the time it's like we see you posting on Facebook, but you're not talking to us. Like what's going on?
What do you want your father to start doing after today that can help you to feel like you can build a relationship?
I want him to move from the past. I want him to start. I want to see action. I don't want to chat no more. I don't want
Yeah.
to. I don't want to talk about the past no more. I want to move forward.
So when it comes to communication, how much more communication do you want? Weekly, daily?
A lot more. Like, yeah, daily would help.
Daily, that's my
Weekly
dad,
would
like-
help. Yeah.
How's your mother had to step in and be a single parent? Like, what has the strain been on her?
I can give my mom her flowers.
She
literally,
works so
she
hard
works
to
so
do for
hard.
us.
She is a great mother to me, my sister, and my two younger siblings. Like, she's an awesome mom. So it's like, yeah, she's a single parent and everything, but it's like we've been feeling like, really, do we need our dad? That's how we would feel because like you're not there. So it's like we're doing good. And he said, y'all good without me.
Well, Ji'Nae and Jalayla, are you ready to finally see your father for the first time in 8 years? Yeah? Okay. Well, everyone, first I want you to take a look at the last time you saw your father. This is a picture of y'all 8 years ago. Y'all were babies. Oh, y'all were adorable. Well, I think it's now time for y'all to see your father in real life again. So everyone, please welcome Hayward to the show.
It's two young women who haven't seen their father in 8 years.
We want to know what's going on.
It's a simple thing.
Plus,
Baby, you can get one. You can get one.
something's about to be said that will lead to two DNA outcomes.
Well, let's get to it.
Stay tuned.
Ji'Nae and Jalayla say they haven't seen their father in 8 years, and Hayward claims it's all their mother's fault. You haven't seen your father in 8 years. Why do you all think that is?
Well, he's been in and out of jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
All our lives.
I feel like he's stuck in one spot and he just.
Don't want to move on.
Don't wanna move on.
past. Yeah.
Well, Ji'Nae and Jalayla, are you ready to finally see your father for the first time in 8 years? Yeah? Okay. So everyone, please welcome Hayward to the show. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, man?
Thank you for being here. Here you go, love. How does it feel to see your daughters again for the first time after 8 years?
Feels wonderful. It's absolutely incredible. Of course, I was backstage. I heard, some things that were said. And the main thing is, me speaking about the past, that's my, that's where my pain is or whatever. And I've never been able to speak it. I've never been able to talk about it. So when things, escalate, I'll resort to that.
Yeah.
It's not all Jennifer's fault. I've been in and out of trouble all my life and stuff like that, prior to meeting
Jennifer's
her.
your mother, your ex? Okay.
But, it has been things, that she's done. I mean, it's clear that, they did a lot of moving around or whatever like that. But in the beginning stages of their lives, you know, once we were, you know, not an item, you know, whenever we had a disagreement, she would, you know, pack them up and take them and stuff like that. And in the beginning stages, it was, you know, the phone calls, which would be kind of, you know, monitored by her and stuff like that.
So you're saying the reason that you couldn't have that communication is because she monitored the calls, and that when y'all would get into an argument, she would take them?
I wouldn't say that. I would just say that that caused me not to want to call or reach out that way because she's narrating the conversation.
Yeah.
You know, so I might just ask a simple thing like, you know, where y'all at right now? What are y'all doing? You know, so now I hear somebody tell them what to say. So
you don't feel like it's fair that they're blaming you for not seeing them?
I'm not saying that. They have the right to feel how they feel, but the things that I've suffered through is the reason why I went to, you know, doing the things that I did that, you know, that caused them, you know, emotional distress or whatever like that.
But why weren't you able to see them more recently? Because I understand in the past, when they were younger, I could understand like you're trying to navigate how to deal with their mother. You've had your own trauma. I can respect the things you went through. I can fully understand that you had your own set of feelings and things. But now these are women who are in high school. They're graduating from high school. They have their own phones, their own social media. You can contact them anytime and not have to deal with their mother at all.
Right. Of course.
So why weren't you able to see them more recently?
Due to, okay, and the first, you know, time that it was a gap, like right now it's been, you know, Ji'Nae that hasn't talked to me, you know what I'm saying? At first it was Jalayla. You know, I kind of like, you know, let her down by getting back in trouble. I am so unstable, you know what I'm saying, being, like, I've been home 3 months now.
But
I'm
Dad,
still picking it back up.
We don't need material things from you. We just want you to talk to us. And I don't feel like I should have to reach out to you, and you're my dad. I feel like you should be reaching out to me. And if it's like that, then I'll reach out to you. And let's not talk about the past. Let's move forward and talk about what I'm doing in my life.
Absolutely, absolutely. But that's just been the complexity that I had, you know, just not being there for so long. I felt like, you know, like talking, it's not going, you know, that's not going to fix anything, or that's not going to matter.
I mean,
that's my complexity.
That's the only way we can talk, because we're not with each other. That's the only way.
We can
Us
communicate.
calling and.
I don't feel like that's the only way.
But
I want to be
it
in y'all
is
lives
right now.
every day.
It is, because we don't
I've
stay
always
with
wanted to
you.
be
You don't
in
live
your life
with us.
every day. I never wanted to leave your side, ever.
It's two young women who haven't seen their father in 8 years.
My heart was broke because you didn't want to talk to me no more.
He put some of the blame on their mother.
They want you. They need you.
You packing up kids and leaving.
But does it all come down to another reason?
We ain't never had no maternity tests for these two either.
Baby.
Stay tuned.
You are the father. Get off my stage.
How does it feel to see your daughters again for the first time after 8 years?
Feels wonderful. But the main thing is, me speaking about the past, that's my, you know, that's where my pain is, and I've never been able to speak it.
But why weren't you able to see them more recently?
You know, I kind of like, you know, let her down by getting back in trouble. I am so unstable.
I should have to reach out to you.
That's the only way we can talk, because we're not with each other. That's the only way.
We can
Us
communicate.
calling and.
I don't feel like that's the only way.
But
I wanna be
it
in y'all
is
lives
right now.
every day,
It is, because we don't
I've
stay
always
with
wanted to
you.
be
You don't
in
live
your
with
life
us.
every day. I never wanted to leave your side, ever.
I don't feel like that, Dad.
When though?
When we would have conversations that when I turned 16 years old, I remember when we first got into our first argument, and it was about a female or whatever, I don't even remember, but it was about something, and you just stopped talking to me, and my heart was broke. My heart was broken because you didn't want to talk to me no more. So now that I'm pregnant, and you've never still pushed to try to talk to me like you have now, so it just feels weird. And it's like, That's the only way we can talk is over the phone because we're not with you.
Do you feel like their mother is the one that their mother kept them away from you?
It was times when she did. It was times when she'd just pack them up and take them. I mean, it's like I didn't come here to, you know, get into all of that, but...
The reason I asked you about this is because your daughters say that when they talk to you, you often go back into the past. You go back to that time. And so for me to help you to have any connection with them, I want to make sure you have a space to get all of that out so you can feel like you've said it, everyone's heard it, your truth is out, so that then the main focus is your daughters.
Yeah, I can agree with him because my mom...
That's why I'm trying to give you the opportunity. I want you to understand that. That's what I'm giving you.
My mom has been telling us the stories all the time. We always hear from my mom, and
that's why I want
we never really hear from my dad until like now. Lord, recently, the past years, he's been telling us about, well, this is what happened. And I know you said you don't really want to tell us, but we're getting older and we want answers to why you're not here with us.
Well, I think it's time to meet your mother, Jennifer, and bring her into this conversation. So everyone, please welcome Jennifer to the show. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So what troubles you most about this situation?
That my daughters don't have their father like they want him.
Mm-hmm. Is Hayward telling the truth about everything?
No.
What is he not telling the truth about?
Me keeping them away from him? Never done that.
Mm-hmm.
I was in this situation with my dad. And I told him years and years, let's not get the girls in a situation I'm in with my dad. And the excuse was, well, I want to have money to be able to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And like I told him, it's not about the money. All they want is time. I know because I dealt with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to stop him from being where we're at today. For them to have a relationship, and I've been doing this for years. Let's not worry about the material things. They want time. They want conversation. But that was not enough.
Is that true?
So the last time I saw them, you didn't come and get them? It wasn't you coming to get them from me?
It was me and my brother. They were at my grandfather's house because he didn't have a stable place to stay. They were there for the summer in Georgia with my grandparents, but they were available to their dad. It wasn't, you can't go see your kids. You can't be around your kids. My grandfather called and he goes, you need to come get these kids because it's not enough room here. Their dad is not here. They're not going to spend time with their dad. So I had no choice but to be mom and go pick up my kids.
But mom always take the kids. Even if we have a misunderstanding like right now.
Mom went in mommy mode.
Let's go.
Mom
Come
went in
on,
mommy
let's
mode.
go.
I am not in the house, but if my children call in and I hear argument in the background and it's cussing and fussing, of course I'm going to jump in mommy mode to go see about my kids.
But like, when did kids ever call you about anything?
All the time.
Using mommy mode and coming to get kids.
I stayed in mommy mode behind my children.
But
guess what? At 19 and 20, I'm still going to stay in mommy mode.
Did y'all ever call her and see her arguing in the background for her to come round y'all up?
I don't call.
I know you don't.
Okay, so
I know she would call us to check on us.
Yeah.
So
what happened when we was at the park?
When she came and got all of us.
What happened?
Don't go away because an incident in the past
No shoes on, nose running.
And she finna go to jail for kidnapping.
is about to lead to a shocking turn of events in the present.
We ain't never had no maternity tests for these two either.
And then 2 DNA test outcomes will be unlocked.
Well, let's get to it.
Stay tuned.
I remember when we first got into our first argument, and you just stopped talking to me, and my heart was broke. You've never still pushed to try to talk to me.
Do you feel like their mother is the one that their mother kept them away from you?
It was times when she did.
I think it's time to meet your mother, Jennifer, and bring her into this conversation. Is Hayward telling the truth about everything?
No.
What is he not telling the truth about?
Me keeping them away from him? Never done that.
What happened when we was at the park?
When she came and got all of us.
What happened?
It's 7 o'clock at night. My 2 children and the other 2 children were at the park, which is down the street from where they were living. I got there, it was a motherly instinct for me to go to the park. And they're out there running. I went to the house first. There's no car, I knock, nobody answers. So I go and I sit at the park for at least 20 minutes. Nobody shows up. We're in the hood, okay? I want to say the baby girl was at least maybe 4 or 5. No
she
shoes
older.
on, nose running.
It was a
So
park full
again,
of kids. It was a park full of
I'm
kids.
in mommy mode again.
And she finna
I
go to
take
jail for
them-
kidnapping.
I take them
Yes.
to my house. I tried to leave them, but the oldest girl said, Miss Jennifer, please don't leave us here. And as a mother, safety comes first.
So
and
I
yes, the
called her.
police was called on me.
So I called her
they
and
should've
said,
come
do you
up
have
to
the
that
kids?
house.
No, I don't.
I surely did.
So police was called, and
I
it's a
did.
whole search on one side of the town for these kids. Whole time, you done came in rounding them up, and somebody else's kids.
But can't
out
you
of the park.
understand a bit to why, if she's actually knocked on the door, and your daughters are confirming that you weren't home, so I'm not sure where you were, and this is in the past, but I want you to get.
I went to go
his
pick. I
girlfriend
went to
from
go pick
work.
from work.
Okay, so you went to go pick up
while
your
they
girlfriend.
were in the park with other kids.
But can you see how unsafe that could be? Because while
I can
you're
see how unsafe that can be.
and
but
you can
she-
understand, since you see how unsafe it is, you can understand why she can come there and she can say, hold on. Because what I appreciate about this story, and what I think hopefully you appreciate about this story, I understand that you were shocked in the moment, maybe felt embarrassed, but she could have left your other children there.
Anybody could have came and picked us up.
And what she did is she made sure that not only the children you have with her were safe, but your other children were safe.
Right.
That's what you did.
But she could have went to jail for doing that.
But you know, you could have also, I worked in
Latoya's
child
mom-
services for almost over a decade. You know that you could have went for jail. That is clearly a sign of neglect. That's neglect. If I had to come do a home visit and come see, and the kids would have told me, we get left in the park at nighttime by ourselves while daddy is gone, that's going to be the first thing I write down.
It wasn't nighttime, Karamo, and it wasn't.
Yeah, the sun was setting. The sun was setting.
Nonetheless, what
It
I'm trying to
wasn't
say is that
nighttime.
what I'm trying to say is that as much as you feel as if she might have made a wrong decision, I think the acknowledgement of that you made a wrong decision in that moment as well.
Okay, I made a wrong decision for leaving my kids in the park playing with other kids.
Well,
While
you
I
don't
go and
believe
get
it when
their
you give me
mom-
those explanations,
When they get
yes.
get their mom from work, their
I
stepmom
understand
from
that you were
work.
trying to manage all your responsibilities. I understand that.
Well, these two had broken bones by the time they were 2 years old. Her left arm, her right leg.
I crawled out of
broken
my
by the
crib.
time they were 2.
I crawled out of my
I get
crib
it.
and
I get
broke
it.
my arm.
Okay. So what do you think?
Hold on, what you're not gonna do is bring up what happened when they was with me, because I take care of my kids very well. As
But we
everybody
talking about
can
child
see.
neglect.
It wasn't
We
neglect.
talking about child
It wasn't
neglect.
neglect.
But see, what I'm trying to do.
She broke her arm crawling out of her crib. She broke her leg outside playing. So where's the neglect that present? We're not
Severely
gonna talk about my other children because they're not here. We're talking about Jalayla and Ji'Nae.
No,
Not-
we talking about your
No,
kids.
But what I want you to know,
No.
but what I want you to know,
We
This
talking
is-
about your kids getting hurt.
This is the problem. You always want to
With
talk
you.
about everything else. Talk about your girls that want your attention. They want you. They need you. Not my other kids. Not me. Them.
No.
They're important right now.
Right.
Nobody else.
Right.
Nobody else.
But they've
No,
been
no, no.
important. They've
No.
been important to
No.
me.
They can't be.
They've been
They
important to
can't-
me.
If they did.
But if it ain't
they
your way, it's
if
the
they were-
highway,
if
and you're
they
gone.
were so important.
You packing up kids
When
and
I
leaving.
picked up my phone and called you and said, hey, your daughter's graduating. Your daughter's graduating. Your daughter's playing basketball. Your daughter's doing this. And I opened my door for you to come and live with me, to be a part of their lives. You should have been there. Point blank, period. Because I've always opened my door for you. I've always been there for you, though. So don't sit up here and go to putting everything on me, because it's not about me.
Well, I can't.
Take
I'm not
accountability
putting
and
everything-
responsibility
I'm not
for
putting
what
everything on
you've
you.
done.
I ain't putting everything on you, but you ain't accepted nothing. You ain't did nothing but be the world's greatest mom. But you monitoring
Thank you.
calls and you letting kids read our argument over and over again. They got a lot of your feelings and emotions.
No, they
towards
have
me.
their own feelings and emotions.
No, they got your feelings
built
and
all of
emotions.
that
They ain't
off
hurt
of what
my side.
you've done.
hold on, there's two
And
things.
then you
There's-
put it in their mind about a child not being mine. We ain't never had no maternity tests for these two either.
He just questioned whether or not he's the father of his 2 daughters.
How did y'all feel about what your father said?
And now, in a shocking turn of events,
Well, listen, I think it's time that we get to the DNA truth of the matter.
2 DNA tests have been taken, and the outcomes will be unlocked today.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
For you. I've always been there for you, though. So don't sit up here and go to putting everything on me, because it's not about me.
Well, I can't.
Take
I'm not
accountability
putting
and
everything- I'm not
responsibility
putting
for what
everything on
you've
you.
done.
I ain't putting everything on you. You letting kids read our argument over and over again. They got a lot of your feelings and emotions.
No, they
towards
have
me.
their own feelings and emotions.
No, they got your feelings and
put all
emotions.
of
They
that
ain't
off
hurt
of what
my side.
you've done.
Hold on, there's two
And
things.
then you
There's-
put it in their mind about a child not being mine. We ain't never had no maternity tests for these two either.
Baby, you can get one. You can get one.
I'm
She
not
looks just
saying
like
that.
you.
I'm
She
not
looks
saying-
just like your mama. Let's be real.
And don't look just like them too.
No, not at all.
Okay, so Hayward.
They suffering from how you
They
feel about
suffering from
everything.
Hayward,
Guess what?
Hayward,
I am at
Hayward,
peace with
Hayward.
myself, and I love myself, and I'm okay.
Hayward, what I just saw there,
Bravo.
because what I asked you before she came out, now that did on purpose. I gave you an opportunity. I told you wholeheartedly, I said, I want to hear your side. And I made sure I did that specifically so that you would not have to feel like you had to debate anything she said. I said, what is your side? It was you did not
Because
take the
I didn't come here to
opportunity.
bash you. I didn't come here to talk about this.
I'm
We
not-
done talked about, we
I'm not-
talk about this all the
Say-
time.
But Hayward,
and
I'm
then
not
when it
done.
get
Here we
messy,
go. But here we go. But on top of
so
that,
I didn't come here to try to make her look bad or nothing
But on
like
top
that.
of that-
So you asking me something.
Yes.
I'm not trying to put her in a situation where she's looking.
But the thing is that your focus immediately went from your daughters to her. And then within that, you then you did something that was super hurtful. And I understand it came out in a moment of flippantness, but you started to say something about their DNA and their identity.
Because they want to know if my third daughter is their sister.
Why trigger and hurt them just because there's a question about someone else?
I'm not trying to trigger or hurt them.
I know you're not.
It's the whole. To be honest, I've been telling those folks I didn't want to talk about it like this. To be honest with you.
Okay.
I
But see,
really
the
didn't.
talking about
I
is what
didn't
your
wanna
daughters
get
are
into it.
asking you for. Your daughters are asking you to talk.
When we
That's
would
it.
talk to you, it's always like too much. That's why I told you we need to go get help. That's why we're here.
Okay. Well, I don't really appreciate y'all knowing the things that me and her has been into it about. I don't appreciate her letting y'all read our back and forths
But
over
Dad,
and over and
when
over
there's-
again.
When
And
there's
then y'all.
absence and there's no talking, we want to know what's going on.
Do you understand how you could have countered that? If you're saying they saw messages from their mother and that is what's causing them to have these opinions.
No, this ain't messages from me.
I know, got it. But it's messages
it's
y'all
no
talked about that she gave. I got it.
But
the message between
but
y'all,
ugly, but
you're saying,
ugly
I get
conversations.
it. But do you understand what could have countered those ugly conversations?
No, sir.
That's the block. What could have countered those ugly conversations is you picking up the phone and calling your daughters. It's a simple thing. I'm gonna tell you this right now. My son's mother and I, we have not always had the best relationship. I will always show her respect. But if my son's mother had ever said something to my sons that was incorrect, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say,
Check it.
hey, let's sit down and let's have a conversation. I know you heard that, but let me talk to you. You did not take that opportunity, and so what you did is you allowed that to fester and grow within them. That's not her fault. Your daughters called the show because they want to be closer to you. That's all the validation you need to know that your daughters don't think you're a horrible person. If your daughters thought you were a horrible person, they wouldn't be on this couch begging. Even when they were teenagers decide sometimes they don't want to talk, they don't want to talk, they do want to talk. That's in every household. The only reason it felt deeper for a cut for you is because you weren't in the house. Them hearing you say, well, I want to be there is not doing anything. What they're looking for now is, will you be there? And you showed up here today, and I'm going to give you your flowers for that, but that's not enough. That's not enough.
Absolutely.
It's a big, exactly. I'm going to give you your flowers for that. You showed up here. I want to ask you, Hayward, can you apologize to your daughters sincerely and give them your words, give them the communication they've been desiring for you not being there for 8 years?
I apologize for not being a part of your life the way that I should. I apologize for not communicating the way I should. And, what I'll do in the future is not, focus on the reasons why I probably, stopped or weren't or whatever like that, because, what I'm saying, that's not important to y'all. Y'all want to move forward. So I apologize for the neglect. I apologize for just the lack of everything.
I'm going to tell you this. I felt and believed everything you just said. How did y'all feel about what your father said?
I felt genuine.
It felt genuine.
did.
It did. Can you commit to communicating with them on the phone, calling them, and not just post it on Facebook?
Absolutely. Now that I know that it would help. See, I felt like, you know, they wouldn't, like it's too late for that.
But how many times have I told you in having a conversation that it would help? You having a conversation over the phone or FaceTime would help. I love this man to death. He gave me 2 beautiful children.
Yeah.
I don't discredit him for anything, but when you're wrong, you're wrong.
Exactly.
And as a woman, when I'm wrong, I can admit my wrongs.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well,
All of them.
when we,
I've always tried to have this.
Yeah.
when we argue, don't let them read it, and so they can give me the 3rd degree.
Can you make that commitment?
I can.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Okay, good. But look, you got what you needed. You got what you needed. She's not gonna involve the kids.
It's been so long. It's like we don't know each other. So that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Do you want to know your daughters?
I know them,
But I'm saying, do you
and
really
I want to
wanna
get to know them as young adults. You know what I'm saying?
Because you got some pretty fly
not
daughters.
kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do. You got some pretty daughters. Both of y'all made some exceptional women, and I think this is a really great step for y'all as a family. Is there anything left y'all want to say to y'all's father? Nothing.
I love you, Dad. I just want to say I love you.
Yeah, we do love you.
You love me.
I love you.
I love y'all too.
You can give your daddy a hug.
Y'all too.
Everyone, stay with us, friends. We'll be right back with more.
This story is nowhere near over.
You question their paternity.
Jennifer says Hayward's questions came out of nowhere.
Nobody had a doubt,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
now there's a doubt.
But now everyone will hear the outcomes of 2 DNA tests.
Well, let's get to it.
Don't miss what happens.
You can get one. She look just like you. She look just like your mama. Let's be real.
So, Hayward, the thing is that your focus immediately went from your daughters to her, but you started to say something about their DNA and their identity.
Because they want to know if my 3rd daughter is their sister.
Why triggering them just because there's a question about someone else?
I apologize for not being a part of your life the way that I should.
So Hayward shocked everyone when he questioned if Ji'Nae and Jalayla were his biological daughters. So we offer them a DNA test to try and clear up everything. Please welcome back Hayward and Jennifer. Welcome back to the show, you all. So have you been in touch, let me first ask quickly, Hayward, been back in touch with Ji'Nae and Jalayla since the show?
Absolutely, every day since the show.
Oh, perfect. That's what I need to hear. Great job, brother. I'm so glad. That was the first step. So on the show, there was something that happened that it was unfortunate. You questioned their paternity. Why? Because I was here and I saw that it visually crushed your daughters.
It came out just due to, they were, interested in knowing what my youngest daughter was actually mine or whatnot, and they were, talking to me about that prior to coming on the show. So, I just really said, I never really got a maternity test for them.
Yeah, I understand your 2 eldest daughters questioning the paternity of your youngest, but when you said to them, well, I don't even know if you're mine, basically, that's what I think crushed them the most. Have you always had a fear or something in the back of your mind that said maybe these couldn't be your daughters?
I mean, like any other man, when things are not steady with the girlfriend or your lady or whatever like that, in the beginning stages due to, things that was put in my ear or whatever like that. But I always had a genuine heart for knowing that they were, my biological kids. It's a certain feeling I get when I'm around them. So,
I understand. Well, just to let you know, and I said this on the show, I'm a big believer in protecting children. It's one of the things that I'm on this earth to do, and that's the reason I haven't invited your children here, that it's just the 2 of you, because I believe this is a conversation that grown people need to have, that we should be discussing together. And then if the results show that these are not your daughters, then that's a conversation where you and your ex-girlfriend would figure out how to go and talk to them. But I want to bring her in now. Jennifer, tell us your thoughts about this DNA situation, because you were shocked. I was watching your face, too, when he said that you got shocked.
Honey, I was ready to slap the taste buds out of his mouth. My children have never been a question, and just because they're questioning you about something else, you come out and you break their heart and say, oh, technically, I don't know if you're mine.
Yeah. So has Hayward, from your opinion, been reaching out to your daughter since the show?
Yes.
He has been. Oh, that's great. Good, good, good. Okay. How was it seeing Hayward after all those years?
I can't even describe what it felt like. There was partial feeling, and then again, it wasn't feeling because I'm so over everything that went on in the past.
Yeah.
So it's just like I've completely stepped out of the picture, and it's him and his girls.
Got it. So I got to ask you clearly, do you have any doubts that Hayward is the father?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. His mom didn't have a doubt. His grandmother didn't have a doubt. His aunt didn't have a doubt. Nobody had a doubt.
Yeah.
But now there's a doubt.
Well, listen, I think it's time that we get to the DNA truth of the matter and find this out. All right, well, now it's time for Jalayla. Hayward, when it comes to Jalayla,
we ain't never had no maternity tests for these two either.
Baby, you can get one.
They've dealt with years of drama because he wasn't there for his two daughters. But are they actually his daughters? Don't miss these two DNA outcomes next.
so Hayward shocked everyone when he questioned if Ji'Nae and Jalayla were his biological daughters. So we offer them a DNA test to try and clear up everything. Please welcome back Hayward and Jennifer. Let me first ask quickly, Hayward, been back in touch with Ji'Nae and Jalayla since the show?
Absolutely, every day.
So I gotta ask you clearly, do you have any doubts that Hayward is the father?
Not at all.
Well, listen, I think it's time that we get to the DNA truth of the matter. Hayward, when it comes to Jalayla, you are the biological father.
Busy dog.
Hayward, what are your feelings?
I mean, I knew that. I knew that.
So you knew it, but you still decided to say it? Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, you know, it might have came out wrong. It might have brushed everybody the wrong way or whatever.
Okay. So we have one more DNA truth to get to, and this for your daughter, Ji'Nae. Hayward, any thoughts about this?
Not really, Karamo. It's just mixed feelings. That's all. And,
Okay.
and a lot of time apart is,
All right, cool. Well, let's get to it. All right. Hayward, when it comes to Ji'Nae, you are the biological father. He's talking about, huh?
I got to go have a meeting with Jesus in a few minutes.
it wasn't really a matter of questioning.
Listen, at the end of the day, you got your answers, and what I'm most happy about is that, yes, it came out. It might have come out as a flippant response. It might have came out, but at least you got the answers. The family has the answers, and now you are totally on a fresh start with your daughters.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, what they want is just to be closer to you. They just want to hear from you, and they just want to know that they're respected, they're valued, and they're loved. And so I appreciate you taking the steps to start communicating more. I'm glad that you're on the right path. And as I've told you before, Jennifer, I'm just thankful for the woman you are and how you have supported your daughters and held them down and held down your family unit. And even also that you were able to even come here and communicate and put your children first and still have some sort of a very healthy co-parenting, amicable relationship with Hayward. So I just appreciate it. I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate both of you for the journey you're on.
Thank you.
Well, y'all are on a journey now, and I'm so happy for this journey because at the end of the day, the people that are going to benefit the most are y'all girls, and they deserve it. So congratulations. Hayward, you have your answer.
Listen, man, I appreciate you. I really do because you brought it to life for us. You know what I'm saying? And you gave me the straightening that I needed. You know what I'm saying? you know, for having those complexities. So I really appreciate you.
You're very welcome. I appreciate you receiving it. That's what I'm most thankful for. You receiving it. Because there's many people that come here with closed hearts and closed minds, and you came open to receive it all, to hear me, to hear your daughters, to hear your ex, and that is why this is having a happy ending, because you're deciding to make the choices that are going to benefit your family in the best way. So thank you to you as well. Listen, I'm gonna keep up with y'all. Y'all don't know this, but last time they were on the show, I went to the green room because I like them so much. They remind me of my people. So I was like, I had to go talk to them and take a couple photos. And so I'm going to keep up with y'all because y'all cool. I like y'all. So we're going to stay in touch, all right?
All righty.
All right, take care now. And everyone at home, thank you for being with us. Make sure to come back next time, friends, so we can keep talking and growing. I love you all.